Good evening to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is all about an FIR against the members of Editors Guild of India, an important editorial, and a lot of words can be learned. Otherwise, also, it is an important editorial. Let us go to the editorial vocabulary. Some words are familiar, but a lot of about 5 to 6 new words are there. What is the first one? We have got this for the first time. Petulant. Petulant means what? Part of speech adjective. Petulant behavior. Easily annoyed and complaining in a rude way, like a child. Someone gets annoyed within no time and complains in a rude way, like a child. Then we use the word petulant. The second word also important, but we have got many a time. What is the second one? Part of speech noun. Intimidate verb, intimidation noun. The action of frightening or threatening someone, an important word. Peculiar is different, petulant is different. Here it goes with annoyed, complaining in a rude way, like a child. Peculiar, you have to use words like eccentric, odd, different words. Intimidation in the form of wealth, in the form of knowledge, or with wealth, with knowledge, with English. There's so many ways to intimidate someone. With style. Venture usually goes with business, part of speech noun. Quite often we say business venture, but actually venture means a new activity. Usually in business, as I said, that involves a risk or uncertainty. Guild we have got for the first time, part of speech noun, an organization of people who do the same job or have the same interests. Usually it goes with same job. This editorial is all about venture capital. Very good. Is all about an FIR. This is an important thing you have to remember. Some students may wonder the first letter is a consonantal letter. How come an? But how do you pronounce this? It has a vowel sound. Based on that, we should not say a FIR, we have to say an FIR. This editorial is all about an FIR against the members of the Editors Guild of India or EGI. So, guild is an important word we have got for the first time. Belligerent, we have got a few times, part of speech adjective. And bank exams, they've given many a time the word belligerent, bellicose, wishing to fight or argue. Someone is always ready to fight or ready to argue. Then we use the word belligerent attitude. And here you have to recollect the word bellicose, an important word. Breakout, an important phrasal verb we have got so many times. Breakout means what? Start suddenly. But whenever you come across something familiar, try to recollect the word combinations. An MLA, an MP, an SP. You have to recollect all the related ones. Who is that? Ravinder Nayak. Very good. And here it goes with the diseases. It goes with war. It goes with clashes. It goes with fire. It goes with volcanic eruptions. No, you should know the meaning. That is very important. At the same time, equally important, the word combinations. That helps in the exam. Partisan, we have got twice or thrice. Part of speech adjective, partisan attitude. Strongly supporting a person, principle, or political party. Generally, it doesn't go with principle, it goes with strongly supporting without judging properly or analyzing properly. You try to support someone or a political party, partisan stand. Provoke a simple word. But again, since you guys have been coming and try to enrich your word power by writing the related words and consolidate, try to consolidate your knowledge. Provoke is a simple word, everyone knows. What are the better words? Incite, instigate. So you have to recollect and write. During the live session, you write, then you'll be able to remember. In the exam, you come across any of these words within no time. In a few seconds, you'll be able to recollect and spot the error or answer the question. But here, arouse also you can say very good, Naidu. And we have another word, incite, instigate, provoke. And there's another insight I use quite often. These are negative words. INSIGHT, insight means providing the deep knowledge, providing understanding, deep understanding, insight into something. Ah, very good. Who is that? Venkatesh Rama. I appreciate that. Ascertain, again, we have got so many times. Why do I say? You may wonder, why does Master say, we have got, we have got? I told when I started these sessions, one advantage with reading the Hindu paper, initially you find it quite irritating, quite annoying for two reasons. One reason, you don't have the background information, you cannot understand. Second reason, you come across so many effective words or meanings of which you don't know, and every word you can't afford to take the dictionary, find out the meaning. So initially, the Hindu, when you try to read, it becomes you find it very boring, irritating, annoying. But slowly, what happens, you come across the same concepts, context based on the acronym I have created, sleeps, and you come across the same words. Slowly, initially imagine 15 new words. After some time, the number comes down to 10, then 5. So, whenever I say familiar word, you have to understand. Slowly, your standards are going up. Many effective words are becoming part of your vocabulary, and that should make you very confident. Spell is an important word. You may ask, sir, why? First, we will see the meaning. Spell can be a noun, spell can be a verb. In this context, a noun. A period of time for which an activity or condition lasts continuously. Generally, we say, imagine no rains for some time. We say there is a dry spell, there was a dry spell. Ah, that's true. And dry spell, we also use a better word that goes with effective English, drought. But why, you may ask, sir, why is this important? There is a common error. First, I will tell you about the phrasal verb. What is a phrasal verb? Spell out. Someone says something you don't understand, then you say, please spell it out. Means what? Tell in detail. We also say, spell out your name, then you have to tell. But common error, people say, spell out in detail. This is wrong. Why is it wrong? Spell out means to tell something in detail. Then you cannot use in detail. That results in redundancy. Common error, they have given in a few exams. Never say spell out in detail, wrong. Spell out, that's enough. Passion, you're all passionate about improving your knowledge and learning something new. That's why you come every day. A very powerful feeling. You should have the passion to learn something. Then learning becomes an interesting journey. Deleterious is an important word. Harmful, even this we have got a few times. Deleterious effects, deleterious impact. Passion, amateur, not one and the same. Professional, opposite, amateur. What is the difference? Imagine I love nature and I love photography. I take pics of wild animals, landscapes. I'm not a professional photographer. I'm an amateur photographer. Professional, someone who does something for money. Amateur, someone who does something as a hobby. My profession is teaching, but I take pics of nature and I'm passionate about my hobby. Then I'm called an amateur photographer. Anusha, I hope you got the difference. Imputation, an important word we have got for the first time. In the past, we got words like so many times allegations, accusations. Now you have to add this word. What is the third one? Imputation. A charge or claim that someone has done something undesirable, an accusation. You say someone has done something wrong, but you don't have evidence, then thanks for your response. I appreciate that. Then you say allegation or accusation. These are the words at the outset, but mind you, When I go to the editorial, we come across more words. Then you may ask, sir, why haven't you brought the meanings? We have got those words many a time, and when we come across those words, I expect you guys to respond. You have to tell the meaning. What is the tone of the passage? Obviously, this is an FIR against members of EGI. What do the letters stand for? Editors Guild of India. Anything against editors, obviously, they will not appreciate, they will not support, and you can expect the stand taken by the writer. The writer has to go against the Manipur. Backdrop is Manipur Chief Minister and Manipur. Based on that, the tone of the passage is critical and concerned about the way things have been going on, suppressing fact finding mission. It critiques the response of the authorities, particularly the police case, FIR, and the remarks made by the Manipur Chief Minister. What is a backdrop or broad framework? A particular team representing EGI visited the state, and the mission was to find out the facts, fact finding mission. And they gave the report. It was a negative report. The report said the journalist coverage was one sided, and the state also played a role that cannot be justified. Based on that, the CM used very strong words like anti national, anti government, and two things. One, against those people, FIR was registered, and the chief minister took a very strong stand and used a lot of negative words, and saying that this report may provoke further violence, and it may incite some sort of, it may result in enmity or hostile attitude or antagonistic attitude. Based on that concern, it also expresses concern about the lack of reconciliation effort. You all know Manipur, what happened. There are two groups. Because of the clashes between the two groups, a lot of violence and unwanted incidents. Uh, I've never expected something like that in our country, those incidents. After that, no one has tried to put in efforts for reconciliation. Reconciliation efforts, not lack of reconciliation efforts. What does it mean? They have to patch up, they have to bring the two groups, ethnic groups, onto a particular platform and have to try for some sort of understanding or removing the apprehensions and some sort of reconciliation. What does it mean? Reuniting or bridging the gap, forgetting the past problems in the region, and the use of legal actions to stifle civil society initiatives. They should not try to control the civil society initiatives. In this context, fact finding mission. Stifle means control. Instead of that, they have to focus on reconciliation efforts. It starts with a new word, petulant intimidation. Petulant, already have said, annoyed and complain in a rude way like a child. Intimidate, to frighten someone. Intimidation, noun form. On the FIR against Editors Guild members. That's what I've been saying. But what is the main idea behind this editorial? Fact finding ventures. They went to the state to find out the facts, to see the ground reality. Fact finding ventures means activities in Manipur should not be silenced by police action. They wanted to find out the facts, and those activities or those ventures should not be. There's an important helping verb, should. Should has two, cookie and mate. Here, should has two different functions. One, it is used to advise or suggest someone. In this context, the same function. The other one, it is used to express a possibility, but the chances are less. And it is in passive voice, not in active voice. We should not do something, something should not be done. Here, police should not silence the members of EGI, and the members of EGI should not be silenced by police action. Easy to understand the backdrop, the main idea. The registration of a police case is a stimulus. Why they had to write this editorial? The registration of a police case against editors representing the Editors Guild of India or EGI, and the belligerent remarks. Belligerent, an important word, means what? Ready to fight or argue, or wishing to fight or argue, of the Manipur Chief Minister and Byron Singh constitute a petulant, again the words are repeated, intimidatory response to a report released by a fact finding committee of the EGI. So, based on the report, who generated this report? The fact finding committee of Editors Guild of India. As a response, here you see an FIR has been lodged against the members or editors representing the guild. Guild means a group of people with similar interests. The report's focus was on media. So, what was there in the report, or what is there in the report? The report's focus was on media coverage of the ethnic conflict that broke out, started suddenly early in May, and its main conclusion was that there was one sided coverage by journalists during the conflict, but it also contained observations and conclusions indicating that the state leadership was partisan during the conflict. There are two dimensions related to the report. What is the first dimension? The way the journalist covered, the team says it was one sided coverage, means not properly covered. Second dimension, it also observed the state leadership was partisan, means what? Showed some sort of a bias or prejudice or supported a particular person, principle, or political party during the conflict. In a welcome move, they were given an FIR was lodged against the members of EGI. Based on that, in a welcome move, the Supreme Court of India has given interim protection from arrest. They cannot be arrested. They got interim, means for the time being, protection arrest from arrest to those named in the first information report or FIR. I would like to reiterate an FIR, it is not a FIR because it begins with a vowel sound. What was the stand taken by the Chief Minister, Mr. Singh? Two or three sentences talk about, and also the editorial says whether the stand taken by the CM can be justified or cannot be justified. Mr. Singh has sought, present perfect, seek, sought. Mr. Singh has sought to justify the filing of an FIR. See here, it is an FIR. Obviously, when these members FIR was lodged against the members of or members representing the EGI, the chief minister wanted to justify the act of doing it. How did he try to justify? Mr. Singh has sought to justify the filing of an FIR under sections relating to promoting enmity. He thought that the report may promote enmity between two communities under sections relating to promoting enmity. Enmity, you got to be careful with spelling. Though we say enmity, no I letter, ENMITY. But here you have to recollect two important words. One is hostile, the other one antagonistic. Antagonistic, hostile, enmity, they all mean the same. Between two communities and wounding religious feelings. Here, it's an important word. You may ask, sir, why? How do you pronounce this? You can say wind as a noun. You can say wind as a verb. As a verb, it goes with you wind. If you take your wristwatch, you winding. That is a verb, wind. But as a noun, a strong wind was blowing. Pronunciation changes. But here, what is the word wound? This is a different word altogether. It could be a noun, it could be a verb. Religious feelings by claiming that the three-member panel's report is one-sided. He also said the same thing. They found that the way the journalists covered the conflict was one-sided. The CM also says the fact-finding mission is one-sided and may provoke further violence. Based on that, they were given or an FIR was lodged against them. However, going beyond criticizing the report, he said its authors were anti state, very strong words, anti national, anti establishment. and claimed that he would not have permitted them to visit the state had he known their purpose. This is an important pattern. Please answer. This is a conditional. Which conditional is this? I want you guys to answer. Animosity, you can say. Very good, Madhav. I appreciate. Which conditional sentence is this? I will spend a minute on this, but I want you guys to respond. Claimed that he wouldn't have permitted them had he known their purpose. Criticize, censure, castigate, rebuke, reprimand, admonish. Very good. I appreciate. No, it is conditional. My question, which conditional? It is past conditional. Listen very carefully. Very important from the exam point of view. Usually, any conditional, you see the word if. Do you see the word if in this sentence? No. Why? Still, it is a conditional, which can not improbable. Improbable is hypothetical. This is past conditional. So why without if? How can we say it is? Listen to me. Without the word if, you may ask me, sir, how can you say it is a conditional? When it comes to past conditional or any conditional has two clauses, the main clause, the if clause. When it comes to past conditional, we use if clause for the, we use past perfect for the if clause, and we use a would plus have plus verb past participle for the main clause. Here you don't see the if. The reason for that, there are two patterns. I'll make it simple and easy for you guys. If I had known about the party, I would have come. If I had known, if clause past perfect, I would have come, would have verb past participle form. What is the other pattern? We drop the word if. When we drop the word if, we should use the if clause in interrogative form. Then without if, what will I say? Had I known about the party, I would have come. Had I known about the party, I would have come. Both mean the same. Based on that, had he known their purpose, he wouldn't have permitted. Or if he had known about their purpose, if he had known about their purpose, he wouldn't have permitted them. I hope you guys got it. But whatever the CM has said and whatever stand the CM has taken, the editorial opines there is no justification for such intimidatory statements, even if Mr. Singh is entitled to disagree with the report. As a CM, the Chief Minister has every right, he is entitled to disagree with the report. But the editorial says he cannot take a negative stand, he cannot use all those words. And there can be no doubt that there's no need to prosecute anyone. It is a report. Based on the report, you cannot prosecute someone. That's what the sentence says. An FIR has been lodged means it is in the direction of prosecuting. And there can be no doubt that there is no need whatsoever to prosecute anyone for seeking answers and ascertaining facts. They went to the state to find out, to get the answers and ascertain facts. For that, they should not be prosecuted. And why to prosecute? And there can be no doubt that there is no need to prosecute anyone for seeking answers and ascertaining facts about a prolonged spell of violence and conflict. Prolonged, last for a long time, spell a particular period of time. The guild sent a team to ascertain facts. What was the mission? Fact finding mission. The guild EGI sent a team, again, collective noun important, to ascertain facts in response to complaints that the media was playing a partisan role. They got the complaints that the media over there in the state of Manipur was playing a partisan role, supporting a particular party or a person or a principle. To find out whether it is true or not, they sent a team. There was also a complaint from the Indian Army too, that the media coverage was arousing passion and not letting sustainable peace come in. They got complaints, general complaints. They also got a complaint from the Indian Army saying what? The media coverage was arousing passion, which is dangerous, and not letting sustainable peace come in. We have got the word yesterday also, sustainably. But sustain has two different meanings. One meaning, sustainable goals, sustainable practices, means using the resources wisely. But another meaning of the word sustain means what? Maintain. I could or hold. I could not sustain their interest for a long time. Means what? I could not hold their interest for a long time. Based on those two complaints, they sent a team. Besides the flagging one sided coverage, flag means what? To mark something to be considered later. It has many meanings. Besides flagging one sided coverage, the report also underscores one sided coverage not acceptable, so flagged. The report also underscores, emphasizes that the internet ban made matters worse. That time there was internet was banned. So the report says internet ban made matters worse, bad, worse, worst, and had a deleterious impact. Deleterious means harmful, an important word, on journalism. Deleterious impact on journalism. It reveals a preference for self-censorship. Reveal means what? Disclose, make public, diverge. Usually goes with secrets. A preference for self-censorship so that the volatile situation was not framed further. Self censorship, being sensible. Why should they be sensible, the journalists? So that the volatile situation, volatile, changing quickly, anytime it may flare up, volatile situation was not inflamed further, and reliance on the state government for news. They should have depended on the state government for news. This narrative story under the N. Byron Singh dispensation became a narrow ethnic one, playing up to the biases of the majority Meitei community. Again, the editorial says the stand taken by the chief minister, it is equivalent to showing a favor, in favor, being in favor of a particular community. One may question whether such direct imputation, the same word is being repeated, accusation. One may question whether such direct imputation or accusation of blame on the government's leadership is needed in a report on media behavior. One can question that. But the conclusion also points to the possibility that in conflict situations, partisan or ineffective governance will be reflected in journalistic coverage too. Partisan or ineffective governance will also be reflected in journalistic coverage too. They may highlight that also. On the wider political canvas, there appears to be no significant initiative to effect a reconciliation between the two communities locked in conflict in Manipur and to bring about lasting peace. They're not trying to work on reconciliation between the two ethnic communities. That's what required so that we can expect lasting peace. Meanwhile, it reflects poorly on the authorities if police cases are used to silence fact finding initiatives of civil society. It reflects poorly on authorities, means it doesn't send a good image or good signals. If police cases are used to silence fact finding initiatives of civil society, in this context, the journalists, editors. That's all about the editorial, thought provoking, intellectual, and you got to read twice or thrice to understand. Not that easy, not fact based. Questions based on the editorial to improve or enhance your reading comprehension skill. Why was a police case registered against editors representing the Editors Guild of India? What was the main focus of the fact finding committee's report mentioned in the article or editorial? What protection did the Supreme Court of India provide? Did the Supreme Court provide to those named in the FIR? Easy to answer. But always I insist when you write the answer, write the complete answer, try to use your own words, rephrase. Why did the Indian Army have complaints about media coverage during the ethnic conflict in Manipur? What was their complaint? How did the report suggest that the internet ban had a negative impact on journalism? Again, easy to answer. Now, let us go to practice questions based on exam topics. As usual, we start with error location. I have brought 5 questions based on yesterday's editorial. Try to get all the 5 correct because the context is familiar. The destruction wreaked by the floods in North India in August evoked concern at the highest levels. This is a bit challenging. You got to read, understand the context, only then you can spot the error. The destruction wreaked. Wreak means what? Cause. And an important expression, wreak havoc. Concern. No, nothing wrong with the word concern. No, no, no. Nothing wrong with the word concern. A wreak also, nothing wrong. A wreaked. The destruction wreaked by the floods in North India in August. Nothing wrong. Why only a few have responded, but all of you, same wavelength, same answer, concerns, concerns, concerns. Here, listen very carefully. The destruction wreaked by the floods in North India in August. The destruction is a key word. This is a phrase. This is a subject. And after the destruction, that is the main key word. After that, wreaked by the floods in North India in August. After that, if you look at destruction, evoked concern at the highest levels. For the second clause, there is no time phrase. The time phrase goes with the first clause. The destruction wreaked by the floods in North India in August, that is different. Second clause, there is no time phrase but talks about past action. Any past action, you have a choice. You can use a past tense or you can use present perfect tense. If time is important, time is a past tense. Time is not important, action is important, present perfect. Based on that, has evoked. Okay, sir, what does it mean? That is the answer. Has evoked. Now I see Naidu and Suresh. Has evoked. Which tense is that? Present perfect. Present perfect tense. Two different clauses. One clause goes into past based on the time factor. The other one, present perfect. Go to question number 2. First one, no one could get it right. It is a concept derived to population biology and generally refers to the quantity of a species that can thrive sustainably in a defined ecosystem. It happens sometimes, no problem. I'm not giving enough time. Live session, a few seconds. You should be happy about your attempt, your response. Very good. Anusha, first one to respond. After that, Hema, then Nagesh, then Suresh. Wonderful. It is a concept derived. Derive is a verb. It takes a preposition from. Derived from. So, what is this question about? Prepositional combination. Derived from something. Once you know that, 1 second you can answer. Please go to question number 3. Going by recent history, it is unlikely that a disinterested scientific opinion shall be palatable to every stakeholder in the Himalayan states. That's right, prepositional combination. A lot of educators say for the same thing, they prefer fixed preposition. Either way, it is right. Very good. Who is this? Again, it is Anusha, first one, then Shravanti. What is the subject over here? Going by recent history, it is unlikely that a disinterested scientific opinion, disinterested scientific opinion keyword, shall be palatable. You cannot use shall. You have to use will be. Why? What is the reason? If you take will, shall, they go with all the future tenses. We can use with first person singular, we can use with first person plural, but only will with other pronouns. What are the other pronouns? You, he, she, it. Here, opinion, it, and they. We cannot use shall, we have to use will. Go to question number 4. They failed to restrict road widening projects and the carving up of mountainsides in ways that were deemed unsuitable for the topography. Deemed means considered. Generally, we say deemed university, considered. Very good. I appreciate those students who have written the rule. And you will never forget, once you write during the live session, in the exam, you save your time. That is the best part of writing. Was, where was? You mean to say here? No. Nothing wrong with carving up. Nothing wrong. Carve out different, carve up different. Carving up, no problem. Means changing the shape. Carve out a different one. That goes with they carved out a beautiful sculpture. That is different. Carving up of mountain sides, different. Nothing wrong there. You got this? Yes. Who is this? Shravanti. Only one student got it. Shravanti. Here in way is not correct. You have to say in ways. In ways that were deemed unsuitable for the topography. They failed to restrict road widening projects and the carving up of mountain sides in ways that were deemed unsuitable. Way is not correct. We have to use in ways. In different ways, it means. Go to the last one. The Environment Ministry had in May reminded all the states to undertake such a study and submit them as early as possible. This is an easy one. Of all the questions, this is the easiest. The Environment Ministry had in May reminded all the states to do what? To undertook or to undertake? To undertake. An easy one for a change. Let us go to Cloze Test based on yesterday's editorial. Try to get all the 6 words. You have to, there are 6 blanks, 6 words. You have to get all the 6 correct. That is a challenge. The crisis of land to undertake. Perfect. If you have got all the 5 correct, be happy. 3 plus also be happy. Ah, that's right. Who is this Madhav? On and off, we have to do that. Not denizens. First one is not denizens. No. No, 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 no. Please be careful. The crisis of land experienced in Joshimat, Uttarakhand in January. An important word I told yesterday also. If you take a road, always flat, but sometimes what happens, it goes in. Then what is the word? Thapa has got it right. Now Anusha has got it right. Subsidence. The crisis of land subsidence experienced in Joshimat, Uttarakhand in January had also, what is the second one? Second one is rather easy. Had also, you need a verb in the past participle form. Use your grammar knowledge. Based on that, you cannot use executed. You have to consider executed sparked, which is the word between the two. No, 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 no. Understand the context. a debate. That is a clue for you. Spark a debate. I told yesterday also. Word combinations are very important. Spark a debate, spark a clash, spark a conflict, spark clashes. Spark means initiate a debate. So, what is the answer here? First one is C, second one is F. Sparked a debate on the conflict between infrastructural development and ecology. But in a matter of months, Himachal Pradesh saw an unexpected what? Deluge. B. Because of the deluge, floods washing away roads and highways built on what sort of mountains? Denuding mountains. Denuding means what? Denude means what? To remove the top layer. Remove the top layer of the mountains, denude. So deluge, after that, denuding mountains. More committees and reports will not change the reality, and infrastructure development in the hills cannot be executed as in plains. Plains are different, hilly regions are different. So here, D is the answer. What are you left with? The risk to, now you have to use, this is already over, denizens. Denizens means people who live in a particular area. Usually we say inhabitants, a better word. Let us go to idioms related to environment. Yesterday's editorial related to what? Environment, ecosystem. Based on that, I have brought a few idioms. A few are easy. A few you got to be a little careful. Who got all the 6 correct? Oh, Shishma has written all the words. Wonderful. That's really good. Naidu says 6. Highly appreciable. Natural talent for gardening and cultivating plants. Green thumb. But here, B. British English, green thumb. American English, green thumb. British English, green fingers. He has green fingers. He has a green thumb. Anusha, good. All the 6. Triple Sundari, very good. I appreciate all those. 5 also wonderful, Nagesh. Green fingers, British. Green thumb, American. Good at gardening. Remember both. Put off confronting a difficult issue. Yesterday, someone asked, so what is the meaning of kick the can down the road? Answer here, the second one, the third one. I'm sorry. The second one, put off, postpone, confronting a difficult issue. You don't want to confront a difficult issue, you postpone. Then kick the can down the road. Here, answer is, first one is B. Second one is what? E is the answer. What is visible or known is just a small part of a much larger hidden issue. Answer is tip of the iceberg. Uncomfortable or out of place. When you go to a big city for the first time, you feel very uncomfortable, out of place. Then what will you say? I felt like fish out of water. Fish out of water. Deeply involved in a complex or challenging situation. In the weeds. This is a new one we have got for the first time. I have brought for the first time. In the weed. Intentionally. What is the reason? Weed as a noun, negative word. Unwanted plants in a garden. But as a verb, positive word. To remove the unwanted plants in the garden. I weeded the garden. What does it mean? I removed the weeds in the garden. You got to be careful. There are 2 words like this. One is weed, the other one dust. Dust also as a noun, negative word. There's a lot of dust on the table. I dusted the table means what? I removed the dust from the table. I have brought only 3 phrasal verbs, easy ones. Slowly I'll try to raise the standards. If we continue to, fossil fuels at this rate, we will face an energy crisis. I will start soon, Venkatesh Rama. Before Sunday, I'm going to start. I do remember. Hectic schedule, I'm not able to, but before Sunday, I'm going to. If we continue to what? Use up, here we have to say B, we will face an energy crisis. The government plans to cut down single use plastic bags. We need to phase out on our paper usage to save. No, here it has to be the government plans to phase out single use plastic bags, means slowly remove. Second one is not A, it is C. We need to cut down on our paper usage. Here it is A. Why should we cut down on our paper usage? To save trees. No, it is other way. I repeat, first one B, second one C, third one A. I hope you guys got it. Let us go to the last slide, which deals with consolidation, editorial vocabulary. Write the part of speech, write the meaning, but the key word, BCA. Good, Suresh. That's right. Oh, Venkatesh Rama, 1B, 2C, 3A. Very good. I appreciate that. Reduce, Naidu. Cut down means what? Reduce. Cut down on something. Wreak, part of speech, verb. Wreak havoc, idiomatic expression. Cause damage, cause something. Cause is the meaning. Cause what? Huge damage. When we say wreak havoc, then cause heavy damage. Thrive, a verb. It can be thrive, thrived, thrived, British. Thrive, throve, thriven, American. Means what? Flourish, develop well, grow well. Sustainably, it obviously. Adverb. Yes, Rajshekhar, cause is the right word. Who else has written? Sushma also. Sustainable. Using the resources wisely, thinking of the future generations. Throttle, verb. Actual meaning, kill someone by through strangulation. Flourish, develop, prosper. Very good, Sushma. Avoid depletion of resources. Wonderful. Tripura Sundari, I appreciate that. Suffocate, strangle. Good. Once it is over, someone responds, I'll tick that word. Biome, part of speech, noun. A place where specific plants and animals live. A community of specific plants and animals. Good, Naidu. I appreciate that. Precarious, we have got so many times. Precarious situation. Harmful, dangerous. Dangerous, harmful. Generally, we say dangerous. Palatable, two different meanings. One, it goes with food, then we say tasty. The other, based on the context of the editorial, acceptable. Are you guys with the fifth one? I've gone to the seventh one. Acceptable, very good, exact word. And part of speech, palatable decision means what? Adjective. Devastating impact, this is also adjective. All these words we get when we talk about environment, ecosystem, and natural disaster, catastrophe, a mishap. Devastating means what? Causing huge damage on a large scale. Subsidence is a word I want you guys to remember. It's a new phenomenon. You may get in the exam and not easy to guess also. Ruin or destroy on a large scale. Yes, very good, Anusha. I appreciate. Activate, ignite, spark. But what is the meaning of subsidence? Caving in of a road. I showed graphically yesterday. A road has to be flat. Sometimes the road goes down, concave shape, then caving in, sinking of land gradually. Sometimes it happens abruptly. Spark can be a noun, can be a verb. I saw sparks, noun. It sparked a debate, verb. Deluge, noun, can be a verb, but usually we use as a noun. Deluge means what? Floods. But yesterday I gave another better word. What is it? Inundation. Denuding, again, I want you guys to remember two words. One is subsidence, the other one denude, denuding. Means what? To remove the top layer or upper layer. That's an important word we have got for the first time. Subsidence, second time I suppose, but not easy to remember. Equivocal, an important word, but familiar. We have got so many times. Ambiguous, vague. Unequivocal, not ambiguous, no doubt about something. Then we use unequivocal. Remove the top layer. That's all for today. Thanks for being with me till the fag end of the session. I hope you guys have got enriched, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much. Do remember to subscribe and share, and do remember to tell about IAS, Murthy's IAS channel. And slowly I'm going to work on that channel. But this more videos I'm going to come up with. Don't worry about this channel. This is the main channel. Thank you very